That's fine. That'll be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be sharing with you the activities and achievements of St John's Community Care over the past 12 months and highlighting our objectives, goals and future vision for the coming year, demonstrating our continuing commitment to providing support and service delivery to our clients, their families and the community. Good evening and thank you for being here tonight. St John's Community Care acknowledges the traditional owners and custodians of country and their continuing connection to their land, islands, waterways and community. We pay our respect to the First Nations people of Australia, including their respective individual cultures and the elders past, present and emerging. Please stand as Father Sotiri offers a prayer and blessing, and at the conclusion of the blessing, Father will share with us a message from His Eminence Archbishop Makarios.
Good evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. Christ, the true light, who enlightens and sanctifies everyone who comes into the world, may the light of your countenance be shined upon us, so that in it we may see the unapproachable light, and may you direct our steps towards performing your commandments through the intercessions of your all-pure Mother and all your saints. Amen. Please be seated. Archbishop Makarios of Australia, message. My dearly beloved, it is with great pleasure that I communicate with you on the occasion of the 2023 Annual Report for St John's Community Care, to warmly congratulate all those involved in this fine institution for their tireless work and unrivaled dedication in these challenging times. As an activity of our Holy Archdiocese, St John's stands out as a bright jewel, shining the way and spreading light and comfort to those it serves in its sacred role. Therefore, on behalf of our most honourable fellow bishops and all the pious plenitude of our Holy Archdiocese, I express our heartfelt gratitude and sincere appreciation for your professionalism and humble service. Without a doubt, St John's Community Care is a beacon of hope to its clientele, the elderly, people with disability, those with mental health issues, children in the child safety programs, and the homeless. Finding creative solutions and active with integrity and competence, St John's is not only capably maintaining the current list of services and programs, but continues to grow from strength to strength, as is evident in the detail that follows in this annual report. Therefore, every accolade is due to the chairperson, Mr. Theo Bakalakis, and all the members of the board and management for their vision and leadership, and to the staff and volunteers of St John's Community Care for their commitment and tireless service. As your Archbishop and Shepherd, I acknowledge your outstanding work and unreservedly express my overwhelming pride and deep satisfaction for your ministry to those who are marginalised in society in a safe, respectful, dignified and proficient manner. Finally, I convey my paternal love and call upon the management, staff and volunteers of St John's Community Care and all whom they serve the abundance of the Lord's blessings. In Sydney, with fervent paternal prayers, Archbishop Makarios, Primate of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of Australia. Thank you.
Thank you to His Eminence Archbishop Makarios. On behalf of the board members of St John's Community Care, I welcome everyone here tonight and especially acknowledge and sincerely welcome our special guests. Mayor, Cairns Regional Council, Councillor Terry James. Christy Vallely, Division 6 Councillor, Cairns Regional Council. Anna Brosnan, Regional Director of Department of Communities, Child Safety and Disability Services. Parish Priest, Father Sotiri. CEO of St John's Community Care, Sonia Leonardi, our Chief Operating and Financial Officer, Drong Vu, St John's Community Care staff and volunteers, Theo Bakalakis, Chairperson of St John's Community Care, fellow board members, Redledge Daycare Centre staff, parishioners, and our clients who inspire and encourage us every day. A warm welcome and sincere welcome to you all. As a service provider, it is imperative that our clients feel they can depend on us for reliable and trusted support. And the presentation of annual reports provides St John's Community Care the opportunity to provide our clients and the community with an invaluable insight into our activities, funding and delivery of services over the past year. Please welcome the Chairperson of the Board of St John's Community Care, Mr Theo Bakalakis, to present his annual report.
Thank you, Chas. I also would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we gather on today, elders past, present and emerging. Also acknowledge the Mayor of Cairns Regional Council, Terry James, distinguished guests, fellow board members, ladies and gentlemen, staff, clients and supporters. It is with pleasure that I present on behalf of St John's Community Care and with the blessing of His Eminence Archbishop Makarios, the Chairperson's 2023 annual report. St John's brings together a wide range of activities focusing on the desire to see people of all backgrounds in the community experience life in its fullness. We are always guided by our Christian values and strive toward creating a more inclusive community. The vision and support of our Holy Archdiocese over so many years has ensured that the needs of not only the Greek Orthodox in our region are fulfilled, but also the needs of the wider community. It is a unique organisation in that it provides services to all members of the Australian community, to the culturally and linguistically diverse people, but also to people of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander background. Our governance structure is valued, highly respected and highly regarded within all levels of government and the community. Our governance structure has been instrumental in St John's success to access funding and opportunities over many years and provides for a stable, accountable and transparent organisation. As an organisation, St John's Community Care continues to grow, continues to learn and continues to respond to the needs of the people we serve. We are an organisation that is responsive to government, responsive to the community needs and always working towards being the provider of choice. Our major focus is to identify unmet needs in the community rather than duplication of services. I believe that since our last report, we have completed a successful and productive period of governance in harmony with the principles and values of our church and with the full commitment of all board members. This has been achieved due to the close working relationship with and to the efficiency and dedication of our senior management team who have made our work easy and enjoyable to carry through. I strongly believe that an organisation can move forward and achieve its goals with the hard work and commitment from staff that have the support and trust of the board, and this has been evident over recent years. We continue to focus on prudent financial management and achieving efficiency improvements to ensure we provide value for money to our funding bodies and maximum benefit to our clients and the community. It has been an outstanding period of achievement and demonstrates that St John's Community Care is an organisation that has sound management systems and practices. We are transparent, open and accountable. These systems and practices support the core of whom we are and what we want to achieve, which is to provide opportunity to those who need a hand up. During the year, St John's Community Care reviewed its current strategic conversation to take the organisation forward over the next 5 years. The board, together with senior management and staff of St John's, did this work. In reviewing the strategic conversation, it was plainly evident how much has been achieved and that this has been the foundation that has guided the organisation over the last 26 years. We have made sound progress towards achieving our initiatives set out under our key success areas, and we are determined to deliver the very best services to those who entrust their daily lives to us and to provide the resources and the environment for our loyal and dedicated staff. We have identified multiple opportunities to grow the delivery of our care to people as they age and address the findings and recommendations of the Royal Commission into aged care quality and safety. From a mission perspective, this is a critical area of unmet need, as well as an opportunity to deliver care of the highest quality and safety. The Royal Commission highlighted a genuine need to create a better experience for aged care recipients and their families. Significantly, we support people with a disability to achieve their personal goals, as well as people with a mental health issue to participate in community life. As well, we assist older Australians to remain at home and in their communities. St John's is recognised for its support of the CALD communities. Our friendship mornings and social groups make for a more inclusive society, which has created friendships and opportunities for our new and emerging community groups. Our partnerships and collaborative approach with other service providers allows us to focus on the individual needs of our clients, thus providing greater choice and sharing of resources and services. The Board of Directors, management, staff and volunteers are committed and passionate about what we do and what we want to achieve. It is a privilege for us to be a conduit of seamless services for our government funding bodies, and it is an honour for us to be part of the journey our service recipients are taking. Our organisation leads the way in demonstrating that the non-government sector can operate differently by collaboratively and genuinely sharing responsibility with government. We will continue to direct every possible resource to delivering more services in the years ahead to empower and support vulnerable people to reach their full potential. St John's Community Care success has been achieved with the assistance, direction and confidence of His Eminence Archbishop Makarios, the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of Australia, government funding bodies, department officers and the support of the community, which we greatly value. We also acknowledge the assistance and support of our state and federal members of Parliament, the trustees of the Consolidated Trust and fellow board members, who are acknowledged for their counsel, support, diligence, commitment to excellence and their forward thinking. I acknowledge and thank our Chief Executive Officer, Sonia Leonardi, for her leadership, commitment, dedication and support to St John's, as well as our Chief Operating Officer, Drong View. We thank the staff, volunteers, donors and supporters of St John's for all their efforts and their commitment to the people they assist and their support to the organisation. They are appreciated and valued. We are proud of the invaluable support received from the community, and we value the partnership we have with all who bring a spirit of generosity and commitment. We pray that we may all continue to work together in our mission with love, peace and every blessing from above. Thank you.
Thank you, Thea. As a board, we enjoy the support of a highly professional leadership team led by our CEO of St John's Community Care, Sonia Leonardi, who will now deliver her report.
Thank you, Chaz, and thank you everyone for attending tonight. They say success is not measured by the destination, but what we have experienced and what has been overcome along the way. And every year I can say with such confidence that we should all be so proud of this admirable success of this organisation. Our care staff, our client service planners, our finance officers, our leadership team and board play a significant role in the success of this organisation, and for that we thank you. We've provided more services to more consumers across the state in all areas of in-home care and younger people living with disability. In particular, this year, we started working with child safety for 3 young children living out at Gordon Vale. The difference that we have made to the young people and their families are even more rewarding than we could have ever imagined. To see our care staff, our client services teams, adapt and respond to these new challenges have been nothing short of remarkable. And a big thanks to Jessie, Nicole and Nick for your continued support to our care staff and children in making this happen. Our Home Assist program has continued to grow due to new government initiatives, helping seniors remain safe in their home. Our home care packages have continued to grow, a 40% increase from last year. We're confident that we will continue to see the growth next year as well. We've continued to build and maintain our staffing and resources above industry standard. So when implementing the new recruitment system this year, Job Adder, I explained to them how we recruit, how we maintain our workforce, and then I said it was very rare to see an organisation of our size in such a strong position and implementing technology to enhance what we do and not just to solve every problem that most organisations face. We've progressed significantly in the areas of process improvement and team-based working environments. Our systems are refined with less duplication and manual intervention than ever before. I look forward to embarking on new projects this coming year to continue to take our customer service and staff experience to new levels. Our teams continue to demonstrate that working as a team collaboratively for our clients and our staff is effective, with positive customer results and a 99% satisfaction rate. Our leaders continue to feel more confident and are able to support their teams to succeed. The Clifton Beach Retirement Apartments, Astia on Arlington, is on track to be completed by the end of the year. With a large number of expressions of interest received, we look forward to engaging with our first residents and working with our teams to implement such a significant project. This year, we've also established an additional Cairns office located in the Irville Shopping Centre with the purpose of building a greater connection and engagement with our community and our clients. And since the office opened in March, we've had such a positive response from our existing consumers and we've had lots of new referrals. We look forward to adopting this model in other areas such as Townsville and in Innisfail. This year, we've made the decision to upgrade our internal learning platform to Altura. Altura is a global training provider specific to our aged care and disability care standards. Our aim is to ensure that our staff are always confident to carry out their role. We successfully completed our aged care quality review and our NDIS interim compliance review with no non-compliances. This has provided us with further confidence in what we do and how we do it. We will continue to strive in all areas of the organisation to exceed our current benchmarks. Jurong, our Chief Operations Officer, has continued to grow and expand his knowledge of the organisation, and it has been such a pleasure to work with Jurong and the leadership team on a daily basis in leading and shaping the organisation for the future. On behalf of the organisation, I would like to acknowledge His Eminence Archbishop Makarios for his continued leadership and unwavering support, to the board and in particular Theo for your commitment and continuous strategy and direction today and into the future. And to our clients, we thank you for choosing St. John's Community Care as your home care provider and entrusting us to deliver best practice services to you and your home. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. Please welcome our Chief Operating and Financial Officer, Jurong View, to present his report.
Thank you, Chaz. 2023 has been another challenging year with COVID-19 still present, with staff shortages in the industry and also the high rising cost of living, high rising cost of goods and services as well. However, we have been resilient and we have had another successful year. There are a few factors that determine our success, and the first one is our growth. As you heard from Thea and Sonia, our client base continues to grow from strength to strength. This is a result of our continued focus on quality services and also our engagement with the community. So in terms of growth, some of the statistics that evidence this growth is our home care packages have grown by 40%. During the year, we onboarded about 300 home care packages, but had about 100 discharges, mainly due to clients moving into residential care and also clients passing away. In terms of our CHIPS program, we've got confirmation that it has been extended to 30 June 2025. This is great for us because it gives us certainty on our programs and also funding for the next 2 years. In the year, we onboarded 2,500 CHIPS clients through the MAC portal, so this is a significant number, which contributes to our continued growth. Regarding the Helping Seniors Secure Their Homes initiatives, we've had a long relationship with the Department of Housing, and due to this relationship, they have approached us to deliver this initiative. So that's just a testament to St. John's and the people that work here. In the year, in regards to the Helping Seniors Secure Their Homes, for the 3 months up to 30 June, we had 291 referrals, and we were able to deliver 79 households with improved security measures. As of today, we've got over 1,200 referrals, and there has been a high demand for this program, so we are working very closely with the department on a weekly basis to try and secure more funding. In the year, we've also expanded to delivering services to disabled and disadvantaged children. This includes us working very closely with the Department of Child Safety. And with this relationship, we will continue to work with them, and I'm sure in the future there will be a lot more opportunities with them as well. As you can see, our clients and programs continue to grow year on year, and this trend has continued into 2024. The second element of our success is around our people. The high quality services we provide to our clients on a day-to-day basis is only possible with the dedication and commitment shown by all of our staff members. Our employees are integral to the achievement of our financial results and also our operational success. There are challenges in the aged care industry, such as staff shortages, workforce attraction, and workforce retention. As a result of that, to help overcome this, the board and management had implemented some new initiatives in the year, which includes introducing the Employee Assistance Program, significantly increasing our on-call allowances to make that side of the work more attractive, having more flexibility around our on-call rotation, changes to our office hours, providing our full-time staff with flexible rosters, strengthening our recruitment and onboarding process, introducing paid leave for birthday leave, developing our internal leadership capability, and also internal promotions. All of these initiatives have been a success as we've been able to attract high quality applicants. We've been able to improve staff retention, we've improved work-life balance, we've improved internal capability, and we've also fostered a positive work culture. The third element of success is around our financial performance. The total income for the year was $31.3 million, which is an increase by $4.3 million compared with the prior year. Our net operational surplus was $2.4 million, which is an increase compared with the $1.9 million in the prior year. The positive result is due to new programs implemented in the year, increase in our overall client base, our ability to retain clients, and our ability to identify efficiencies and improvements in our systems and processes. In the year, BDO conducted the annual financial statement audit, and an unqualified opinion has been issued again. This shows that our financial statements are true and accurate, and that we have strong financial policies, procedures, and systems in place. I want to thank the finance team, the admin HR team, and also the IT team for another successful audit. In terms of our outlook for 2024, we are well placed to deal with any challenges or uncertainties that arise in the new year. We have developed a conservative budget which factors in rising labour costs, rising cost of goods and services, our anticipated growth for the year, and additionally, we've also budgeted for significant investments in our people systems to ensure that we can continue to deliver the required support to our clients. In closing, I would like to acknowledge the commitment and vision of our chairperson, Theo, Board of Directors, CEO, Sonia. Additionally, I am grateful for the commitment, dedication, resilience, and passion shown by all of our employees at St. John's Community Care, and I want to thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Drom. Also joining us this evening is Hannah Harden, Acting Director of our Redlange Daycare Centre, who will also be presenting a report.
Good evening, everyone. Redlange Daycare Centre has been open for 27 years, first opening its doors in 1996. This past year, I have had the opportunity to help direct our Redlange Daycare Centre. Staff are forever providing a wonderful, safe and learning environment, watching children grow from the nursery room to our preschool room. We pride ourselves on our friendly educators with genuine warmth and commitments to children in our care. Our centre provides a safe and secure environment as an extension of each child's family setting. We aim to ensure that your child feels happy, safe and secure in our environment. We value and build on children's strengths, interests, abilities and cultural traditions. We use different strategies to extend the children's learning and thinking. We focus on collaborative partnerships with families and the community. The preschool children join the St. John's community for some fun learning activities. This includes arts, crafts and sustainability. We encourage all our rooms to deep dive into sustainability. This also flows to our families. We provide access to all environments we can to best suit our children. Outdoor programs, indoor programs, friendship gardens and our vegetable garden. Water play in the summer with cooking more in the winter. The children love to change with the seasons, exposing more throughout the year. We incorporate our focus on parent participation through parent story time, afternoon tea, celebrating unique festivals, support gardening, the creative arts and excursions. We believe strong partnerships with families support children to develop trust and confidence within the learning environment, enabling the children to develop and grow. Our kindergarten program is rich in the creative arts as we believe that this supports children, early literacy and offers children a medium of expression to voice their understanding of the world around them. We have seen a high number of our staff develop more in education, moving on to diplomas and also studying towards degrees to further their own education. We always hope to support our educators as they are the future of our centre. The families of our centre become very important parts of our foundation. Being able to deliver an open door policy allows a smooth transition and strong relationship between families and educators. We pride ourselves on a strong community relationship. This year we have been visited by first responders of Cairns, the council, the Aboriginal elders for Dreamtime stories and acknowledgement to our children, teaching the children to weave with native plants. We are visited by future champs, promoting inner health and physical health with yoga, little athletics and sports games, which are very loved. The centre this year has been lucky enough to receive such wonderful murals to each wall, each representing a different animal. More astounding work has been done with the centre for an amazing upgrade, which the centre has received many raving reviews from parents and the community who have visited our centre. We're excited for the next year and what it will bring, diving into our sustainability, health and more community input to be introduced for greater development for the children of our centre. When parents and educators collaborate, it strengthens the child's identity and enhances their learning. We believe strong partnerships with families support to develop trust and confidence within the learning environment, enabling children to grow. Thank you for having the time to listen about our wonderful and proud Redlange Daycare Centre.
Thank you, Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us this evening as our guest speaker is Anna Brosnan. Anna has been Regional Executive Director of the Department of Child Safety, Youth and Women in the Far North Queensland region since 2016. Prior to this, she was Regional Director Child and Family Services, Far North Queensland, forging a long and successful career in child protection and human services has seen Anna become recognised as a passionate, committed and dedicated advocate for children and their well-being and safety. As a local, she attended school in Cairns before heading to Brisbane, attaining a Bachelor of Social Work and a Bachelor of Laws degree. Please welcome our guest speaker, Anna Brosnan.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of Australia for inviting me to speak tonight at the annual general meeting. I'd like to recognise all the board for your commitment to human services and to the local community. And to the staff of St John's, thank you for doing amazing work every day. And credit to the organisation as well, because I've been to a number of AGMs where I could count the number of guests on one hand, so well done you for having so many people here. Your organisation has worked tirelessly every day to provide support to thousands of Queenslanders by caring for families in crisis, the elderly and the young people with special needs. And I feel privileged to be joining you this evening. So, as Chaz said, I'm the Far North Queensland Regional Executive Director with the Department of Child Safety. We're now Seniors and Disability Services. Every day, I see child abuse, I see child neglect, but I also see resilience, hope and success. As the title of my department suggests, I obviously have a professional affinity for the work that St John's do, but I also have a real personal connection to this place and to the board, which many of you may not know. So having lived most of my life in Cairns, and I had a dad who had a pharmacy in Abbott Street for decades, it was no surprise that my mum, me and my sister spent lots of time and dollars at Peter's shoe store. After all, a girl can never have too many shoes. My mum was a speech and drama teacher, so I saw Les and Maria Lazarus most weeks for many years as their kids tortuously worked their way through Shakespeare, Judith Wright, and a myriad of other poets and playwrights and the annual Kansas Stedford. God, I remember those days. Both Les and Chaz have been involved over the years in a few home building and renovation projects for our family, and our three boys attended the daycare here next door. In fact, I think we were one of the first intakes way back in 1996. As the decades rolled on, my family once again used the services of St John's, but this time it was in accessing aged care for my dad. So it seemed sort of right that I contacted St John's most recently in my Regional Executive Director capacity to try and find some safe placements for children who had significant disabilities, where they could live, be safe and could thrive. I've worked in the child protection sector for the majority of my career and know the absolute importance of getting it right through those early years of a child's life. And the importance of getting it right is even greater when that young person you're caring for has a disability. So in the time that I've worked with St John's in child protection and disability services, I kept thinking, what is it that makes you different? And I think it's that caring and it's that real community connection that you guys show every day. The last time I spoke at an AGM here, I think it was around the significant changes that NDIS would bring. And they were significant. I think that was around 2017. And we forecast that there would be some huge changes. I've seen St John's grow in its community care work from the early days in 1997, providing some day respite services here at Redlinch. In 1999, with Effie Bakalakis at the helm, St John's had grown to 12 support workers, providing both outreach, home care packages and centre-based respite care services. St John's now provides aged care packages, respite care, disability support, multicultural support, housing assistance, childcare and transport services from this location. Pretty much a cradle to grave support, but I haven't heard that there's any business plan yet to cover that final stage, so that could be in the future. It was a defining moment and spoke of the vision of St John's team when the first sod was turned on the site of the future accommodation facility in Gordonvale in September 2007. The department involved was Communities, Disability Services, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Partnerships, and the minister at the time was Warren Pitt, a Gordonvale local. I'm sure that didn't play a part, but Mr Pitt was very good about getting money directed up in here. The initiative was part of the initial phase of a 5-year, $47.8 million younger people in residential aged care project, which was jointly funded by the Queensland and Commonwealth governments to move younger people from aged care facilities into accommodation that better reflected their lifestyles, their interests and their needs. At that time, Disability Services Queensland allocated about $1.5 million in one-off funding to assist St John's Community Care with construction and set-up costs, and then a further $1.18 million in ongoing operational costs. But since then, with the rollout of the National Disability Insurance Scheme, the road shifted for St John's and the way your services were accessed by people with disability and their families. I have to say that you met these changes with admirable resilience by adapting and refocusing certain aspects of your work, both in terms of the services you offer and the facilities that you use to provide them, to meet the new approach to service delivery that came with the establishment of the NDIS. I know that some families determined that the care arrangements for their loved ones would be better met at the family home, supported by improved access to NDIS funding. In many ways, I guess this was disappointing for you, but it did mean that St John's now had the opportunity and the space to consider if the facility could be used in any other way. You've been adaptable, creative and innovative, and this means you are now caring for 3 young people who are in the care of child safety. These young children have been able to achieve milestones beyond the capacity of their previous home and living environments. They are attending school and they are doing extremely well, both physically and emotionally. These children feel safe, cared for, and call the youth village their home. And this is the outcome we've all strived for. And part of the reason for achieving it is your team's commitment to continually grow and learn. These kids have been challenging. The staff have worked hard to develop the skills to best support the children with behaviours, medical needs and trauma backgrounds that are new to them. And I know, Sonia, when you rang at one stage saying, wow, these kids. Look, we find it totally challenging as well. These kids, they come from backgrounds that you couldn't imagine. They have disabilities that were either inflicted upon them or part of, their growing up. They haven't had the best start. They really do start behind the 8 ball and their behaviours are difficult to manage. So hats off and credit to every staff member who has managed and actually love working with these kids. Your work is integral to our department's ability to do its job well, and by supporting young people with a disability and their families, you really do care for those in our care. It's a strong bond and one I value greatly. But just as St John's has developed and changed over the last 25 plus years while it's worked with the Queensland Government, so too have the departments that support St John's valuable work. For example, Disability Services has had a circuitous route to get where it is now with the DCSSDS. And I thought, God, what's that? But that is us. That's the Department of Child Safety, Seniors and Disability Services. So after disabilities was administered by Communities, Disability Services and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Partnerships, it was transitioned to the mega, all-consuming, huge Department of Communities. I think it was a bit of an experiment. Anyway, it didn't go well. Following that, it got changed again in 2020, and Disability Services and Seniors rejoined Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Partnerships as a department. And then in May this year, Disability Services and Seniors was MOG'd back with Child Safety. Now, for those of you who don't know what MOG stands for, it stands actually for Machinery of Government Changes. It's a bit like being divorced, except that for the government departments, we just keep doing it. So we remarry, we divorce, we remarry, we divorce. And so we're back again with Child Safety, Seniors, Disability Services. In fact, it happens so often that I said it, we've got mogged, and that's how we use it, like a verb. To keep sane, we have to keep making jokes of these things, because honestly, by the time you run around changing headlines and signature blocks and everything, everyone's going, where are we again? That's government. But getting back to my work within the child safety area, approximately 16 to 20% of children and young people who have ongoing child safety intervention are expected to be eligible for the NDIS. That's quite a high percentage of kids with disabilities who also, unfortunately, suffer some sort of child abuse or neglect. Across Queensland, that's about 2,500 kids. These kids are not in the care of the state due to their disability, but because they have suffered abuse or neglect, and it's not safe for them to remain with their own parents. In fact, in this region, which for me goes from Cardwell to the Torres Straits, there are approximately 1,400 children and young people who are unable to live in their own family due to safety and care concerns. And probably around 280 of them are likely to be receiving or are eligible for NDIS support. Child Safety is committed to ensuring an appropriate service response is available to children and parents on our client list, but we are particularly conscious of the need for those with a disability. We really need to be looking at those kids quite differently. Our service response for these children and young people with a disability includes taking the time needed to adequately engage with the children and parent with the disability, because in many cases we find that the parent also has a significant disability, and how you might interact with, say, someone else who didn't, you need to be quite different and quite sensitive to the disability across the whole family. We look at funding for special clinical advice and service coordination for children with high and complex disability support needs who are already in the system or at risk of entering the system. And at every stage, we would try to divert kids out or not coming into the child protection system. So if we can get some services or some support or do something within the family to keep kids safe in their own family, that is always going to be our first option. But where that's not possible, we have to take other action. We actively support and coordinate access so that children with disabilities can make the best use of NDIS plans and supports. And as you would all know, just having an assessment does not mean that kids get to access what they need. So it's a very long, convoluted, expensive, trying process to make sure that kids can get the sorts of supports that they need. Our biggest issue is finding and accessing 24/7 care arrangements where children and young people can thrive, be happy and be safe. After all, we all want their childhood to be magical. We only get one, and it's pretty short over that whole length of a lifetime, so we really do have to take every effort to make it beautiful. We then need to make sure that placement arrangements are the best to meet a child's disability needs. With all of the best intentions, we could place a child somewhere and they get lots of love, but it just doesn't meet their disability and they're not thriving. So there's lots and lots of complexities in determining where placements should be for those children who can't live with their own families. This is how we ensure that vulnerable young children and young people with a disability have what they need to live the best life possible. That aspect of our work is critical, needing to take the time to assess what the kids need. And we're always scanning the environment to see where we can what we can access, which services are out there, what placements are available. And through that working relationship with St John's, we are, and you are, providing this really special care for 3 special young people who are in state care. So while I've got your attention, I can see you're all riveted, I just want to let you know where we're at in terms of child protection, because it's some pretty scary data. So 34,279 child protection notifications required investigation in the year ending 30 June 23. This is a 7% increase compared to the same period last year. The number of investigations, so that's when we actually go out to knock on someone's door and say, hey, we're here to help, and they go away. Not always. So the number of investigations commenced by Child Safety in 22-23 was 28,861, so up by 1.7%. So we do get lots of calls coming in, people worried. We don't always assess them. So sometimes the information just doesn't reach our benchmarks. We might refer them to somebody else. Sometimes you can just tell that it's a bit off and you're not going to go there. But for the majority, we're actually going out to knock on people's doors. And the majority of people, all the stuff you read in the paper about we never do anything, we don't do this, we're actually spending a lot of time going out there, knocking on people's doors, seeing if they actually need help. Are children safe? In our region, and that's when I said to you before, Cardwell up to the Torres Straits, we receive almost 80 new child protection notifications every month. Many of these notifications and then investigations lead to a child needing out-of-home care. And in fact, in far north Queensland, there are over 1,400 children who are unable to live with their own families. As a result, the need for foster carers has also increased. And that's where you might come in. So there are more than 6,000 foster and kinship carers in Queensland who provide a safe and stable home to vulnerable children and young people. Foster and kinship carers are the heart and soul of our child protection system. But we only have 600 carer families in far north Queensland. And that's a combination of kin or relative carers and foster carers. So I said we had 1,400 kids and we have 600 families. We don't have enough families who can care for someone else's child. And so we end up having some very young children living in residential care. Now these aren't all kids with a disability. These kids receive very good and loving care, but a residential care model was never meant for this young age group. And we want these kids to have a family to grow up in. Foster carers provide care in their own homes for children and young people for short or long periods of time. Carers do receive quite generous allowances to enable them to care for someone else's child. The great thing about these carers is that they provide something that we can't purchase. No one can go into a shop and buy it. And that is a place in their heart and in their home to care for someone else who needs support and understanding. So I'm going to put it out to you. St John's, you have a great network. You have community at your beck and call. We need foster carers for FNQ kids. Would just love to have someone come and say to me, we'd like to know more. Very, very keen to talk to any of you or have my staff go out and talk at meetings. We need foster carers. We need foster families. For those special kids, and it's only a small group who do need residential care, we have great facilities like you guys who do that specialist care, but we also have some other specialist care providers looking at different sorts of, not disabilities, but issues for kids. But we do have young children in residential care models where they just should not be. So in closing, your commitment to ensuring that young people with disabilities have the chance to flourish can be seen in the way that you've provided personalised, dignified and empowering support. You not only care for young people, you care for their families as well by providing peace of mind, support and encouragement. You help my department achieve its goal of ensuring that young people with special needs who are in our care have a great place to be and receive the individual attention that they need to flourish and thrive. You work hard to create a culture of inclusivity, and by doing so, you've improved not just the quality of the lives across the region, but you help people embrace difference. and that's pretty amazing. Given all of this, St John's is an integral part of the weave of our community's fabric and an example of how caring for each other is the most important thing we can do. I look forward to continuing to work closely with you and have every confidence that of your continued success and our continued great partnership.
So I'd just like to thank our guest speaker tonight, Anna, for all your wise words and all your information. And I think that's great, raising that awareness around the foster carers and what's needed. And I think maybe we can get out some communication to our staff about that and see what else we can do there. But we've absolutely loved working with yourself and the department. And yeah, the 3 children that we do have, we love very much, and we'd love to be able to support more as well. So it's just about finding the right balance in the community and where they're all residing at Gordon Vale. So thank you again, Anna, for talking tonight.
Pleasure. Oh, yum, thank you. Very nice. Thank you, St John's, all of you.
Pivotal to the growth of the development of St John's Community Care are our dedicated and hard-working staff. And I know they don't seek recognition for the care they provide. However, tonight we want to acknowledge our staff who have worked for St John's Community Care for either 5, 10, 15 or more years. I invite Sonia to make these presentations.
We do have one person that is attending tonight, but the rest are also obviously working on